Welcome back to this fine now. And I am Dr. Reddy, and thank you for being here. So let's talk about when you're waking up and you're seeing through this character. Notice how the character, it's not just that it fights back, it evolves, it shapeshifts, it puts on robes and starts quoting scriptures. It turns into the spiritual version of the ego, right? That says, "Ooh, I'm so surrendered now. I only manifest from peace. I've transcended the 3D. I'm in my goddess soft life era." But really, this character, meaning the separate self or the ego, is still trying to get what it wants. It is still playing the game. It's still a character, just with a new aesthetic. And we're going to see all these traps that this character seems to present to us, right? We're going to see some of the most common traps of the character that people fall into, even after we get a glimpse of who we truly are, which is awareness, right? And so the first trap is, well, I'm doing this to get into the right state. The separate self, the character, thinks there's a right state to reach. So it uses meditation, guided pauses, presence, inquiry to fix its state. Even presence, meaning awareness or I am now, becomes a tactic. Now it's like, let me be in the now so I can manifest what I want. Still being that character, still rehearsing that doing, still a subtle sense of fixing. The next trap is, oh, I just need to rest in I am more consistently and I'll be fine. And that's a bit sneaky, right? Even resting in awareness becomes a strategy. The character thinks, I just need to get better at resting. And if I do, then I'll finally manifest what I want. Why would it even escape me? That's obviously not what resting in awareness is. That is rehearsal of the character, just in a more disguised way. The next one is, oh, I'm not in resistance anymore. So where is it? I don't really see anything. This is like saying, well, I'm totally at peace, but why hasn't he texted? Why hasn't that money come to me when I'm resting in awareness? Now that is pretend surrender. A spiritual costume on the same old controlling character. Or here's the next trap, the fourth trap. Oh, I healed that part of me already. I'm good. The ego, meaning the character, loves keeping score. And when something resurfaces, right, whether it's grief, insecurity, doubt, it says, this should not be here anymore. I've evolved past this. But anything you resist is not healed. It's hidden. That means there is still pushback going on. Let's look at the next trap, which says, well, it's all just a reflection of my state, and so I must change my state right away. And sure, that sounds true. But the character turns it into a blame game. Now, every bad event becomes proof that you're doing it wrong. Like, oh no, my specific person hasn't called. I must not be resting in awareness enough. Oh, I must have slipped back into lack. This is why this is all happening. And now even the desire to relax, right, gets weaponized. And let's look at the next one, next trap, right? Oh, that desire must be egoic. That's coming from lack, I think. And that is a trap of suppression. Now this ego, this character now filters all desires through a new lens. which says, if it does not sound peaceful and pure, it must be wrong or somehow insignificant. So, wanting connection, intimacy, marriage, expression, a new job, they all get judged. Now, the desire is a test. And guess who's being tested here? Again, the character. There it is. Let's look at the next trap. It says, I'm not attached, but I know it's mine. Like, sure, Jan, this is the control game in a new outfit. Which says, I'm so unattached, but it's definitely coming. Right? I know it, it's coming. No, you're not resting in who you truly are, which is I am or awareness. You are negotiating here. And let's look at the next trap. It says, oh, I am that. But I don't know, sometimes I check the 3D because why not? Like you wake up feeling clear, you know the desire, that your desire is done in a part of your life. And then you open WhatsApp, you check Instagram, peek at a story, refresh your inbox for your job application, and there's no response. And then the panic sets in, the anxiety sets in. And then that feels like a test. By who? Once again, it's the character. The next trap says, well, I feel like I'm the only one doing this right. Spiritual superiority is a classic trap. Now the character gets high on oneness teachings, non-duality, spiritual teachings. Oh, they're all affirming from lack, and I'm resting because I know I'm awareness. Meanwhile, still seeking validation, just in more hidden or subtler ways. And we're simply looking at these, by the way. We're not judging. Oh, next one. Oh, they're not in my same level of vibration anymore. That's a trap. The ego, the character loves hierarchy. And when someone triggers us, oh, they're not in the right state. They're in a low vibration. Like I'm high vibe. Never occurs that both roles are still in the dream. And then the next one is, oh, I'm not even the body anymore, but I need to work on my nervous system. By the way, both can be useful. But if you're still chasing safety, still fixing, still trying to feel secure without recognizing who you are, you've just added polyvagal to your identity toolbox. It's the same game of the character, just new jargon, new words. So again, we're just noticing. We're not saying it's wrong. Maybe the next trap is, oh, it's not working. Maybe I missed a step. The separate self, the character loves turning everything into a checklist. Now you're checking, did I let go of the desire? I think they asked me to let go of the desire. Did I embody the state? Oh, I think I was embodying it. Did I revise the memory? Well, did I rest in awareness? I think today I rested in awareness 90% of the time. And then the character goes, oops, missed step 4. No wonder I'm broke. Still the fixer, still the doer, still the phantom. And the next trap is like, well, I am done seeking, but if I'm just curious, I'm still curious if I'm doing it right. Right? Because here are the characters saying, well, I'm not chasing anymore. I'm just wondering if I've fully stopped chasing yet. That character is still seeking, just cosplaying surrender, just cosplaying this I amness. Or the next trap is like, well, I'm not the character. I just wish the character had their person because I need to get my desire. The translation is, oh, I know I'm not the dream, but why isn't the dream going the way I want? It should go the way I want if I know I'm not the dream. This is like lucid dreaming, but still being mad that you cannot fly. The character is still center stage. Or the next one, right? It says, I know this is all awareness, this is all I am. I am is all there is. But still, that shouldn't have happened. I should have gotten what I want. The character spiritualizes conflict. And now you're like, oh, he's just a mirror, a reflection, just a messenger of my state. That's what they're saying, the words, the sentences, reading that. But deep down, like, you're mad, you're irritated. And instead of being mad, you're diagnosing it as some manifestation feedback, and then still managing the dream and being so hard on yourself for not being in the right state or not resting in I am enough. Or the next trap is like, well, I know I'm already it, but I just want to feel like I am it more. Now a feeling becomes the new idol. Now you're not chasing outcomes, you're chasing feelings. You think it's a state, you think the feeling is a state. You're chasing peace, euphoria, bliss. Still a chase. That is not resting as I am or resting in awareness. Or the next one is, oh, I just want to be the best version of me because I know there's nobody but the best. I am, and so I am all there is. That is an egoic movie. Self-improvement in a spiritual costume, which says, well, I'm not fixing anymore. I'm just upgrading to the highest, most magnetic, most healed, most worthy, most authentic version of myself. I'm sure at some point it has sounded familiar to you. But that is still a costume. It's still a character. It's still chase, chase, chase. But what happens when you rest as your true nature? I am, the nameless experience. Let's look at what actually happens when you consistently see through the role and you realize that, okay, the role, this character is not me, and the character starts dissolving. You stop fixing thoughts. You don't try to stop them. You don't try to change them. You don't try to, let me observe them better. There's no like step-by-step trying there. You just notice, okay, cool, this is a thought. I can see that I cannot find the thinker. And you're seeing this in that moment clearly. You're not rehearsing it from a video. You don't remember it from a video. What also happens is you stop watching for changes. You don't check if the 3D is shifting. You don't calculate if the text came because you rested well or not. You just are, right? And then life moves in a way that pleases you. The scenario changes naturally. And you also stop managing your emotions. You don't say, well, why am I feeling this? I must have dropped into some lack-based state. Damn it, I left it. I was 90% at I am. Today I'm like, this week I've been at 20%. No, you just let those sensations arise like clouds passing. Because you're not just the weather, you're the sky. And you can see those emotions, those damn emotions are made of you. They're not some foreign material that you need to judge and criticize. And you also stop waiting when you're resting as I am. Not because it already happened, but because time never happened. You're not waiting anymore because you are not the one that is separate from the outcome. And you recognize that there is no time ever, that there is no future to chase. And yes, we go deeper into this in my timeless course linked in the description. And yeah, you know what? You also stop being interested in the best version of yourself because you're not optimizing anymore. You're not chasing peak state, the absolute state. You're not doing some manifestation math. You're not going around saying, oh, I'm the best. There's nobody better than me. What? You're just here resting as the field, as the presence, allowing life to move through you because you are that life. So before resting as awareness, maybe you had a belief that, okay, I need to fix my money beliefs ASAP. Maybe I'm still blocking money. Let me revise all my childhood stuff again. Sure, those are valid thoughts. And maybe after resting as I am, you're like, oh, you realize that you're not separate from it. Now money becomes play. Now it flows. It's not flowing from control. It's not flowing because you managed it with some discipline. It's coming from a place of clarity, like there's nothing there. You're not pushing against anything. So even if you look at relationships, before resting as I am, you're like, okay, what do I need to tweak to get them to commit? I will get them, right? That's what you're thinking. Then after resting as I am, which is consistent, you're like, wait a second, they are me. And it's obviously going to unfold because that's what wholeness is. It's an unfolding of this desire when it's not micromanaged. Because there's no lack left to perform from. So just notice, are you playing a character, a role? And ask yourself, is this coming from a place of clarity or strategy? Is this surrender, true surrender, or subtle manipulation because, oh my God, I make the rules? No, that's the character. Ask yourself, is this resting or are you rehearsing being awareness? And let the answer come without judgment. Because even the illusion is held in love. And even when the character pretends that she is not the character, or she or they or he, they're still welcome. The character is welcome. Because you were never the role, you were never the character. There's no character existing as a separate entity. You are always the stage, always, already. And there is no real sense of urgency when you see through this. Because urgency is another form of resistance. And if you want to experientially see through that urgency and end your reactions as a result of that urgency, check out my timeless experience, which is in the comments below, or I will see you in the comments. And I'm just so very grateful that you are here. Truly. Thank you so very much.